Applying the CREW method by Lauren Renner Cruz. Let's talk about the acronyms and what they mean. So the acronym CREW means Continuous Review, Evaluation, and Weeding. This helps librarians make decisions about the collection. And then the next acronym, MUSTY, M means misleading, so factually inaccurate. U is ugly, tattered, worn out. S is superseded by a newer version or better source. T for trivial or having no obvious literacy or scientific merit. I is irrelevant, so to the needs or interests of the patrons and or not used even though it is deemed interesting. And then E is elsewhere. The resource can be borrowed elsewhere, like, for example, an ILL or interlibrary loan. And then the next acronym, WORST. W is worn out. O for out of date. R is rarely used. S supplied elsewhere. T trivial and faddish. And this WORST acronym is mainly used for multimedia materials. Questions to ask when looking at the collection. So I first thought of, okay, so what's the age of the item, or when was this item added to the collection? And then the next question I asked is, when was the last time this item was checked out? And in terms of years, so was it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? When was the last time this item was checked out? And then the third question to ask is, how does this item look physically? And for this, I use the MUSTY acronym. So I looked at the biography section that we have in our library, and my general impression is that the section looks outdated and it is not circulated often. I know this because our library's biography section is rarely checked out. And then the main criteria applied, the main criteria applied was the MUSTY acronym when looking through the books, which again falls under the CREW method. Items to be removed in the biography section, I would remove items that do not have high enough circulations, books that are faddish, or can be borrowed elsewhere, like an ILL, interlibrary loan. One example that I saw that I would weed from our collection is we have a lot of famous artists' biographies that are rarely circulated. They're about 30 pages long and they are very appealing. They look like a newspaper article, just very cool and appealing, but they are just not, they're not checked out and they're kind of fads. And then the section has the section been weeded effectively in the past? I don't think the section has been weeded effectively in the past. The section, I would agree, is not up to standard, but overall, the library that we have at our campus is still considered a healthy library, so that's a good thing. And this is my works cited. Thank you for listening.